Hello, I'm your state senator, Len Suzio. I represent the towns of Middlefield, Middletown, Rockfall, Meriden, and Cheshire, the 13th Senate District in central Connecticut. I just attended the governor's annual address to the legislature where he outlined his legislative agenda for the upcoming session. He covered many themes, but the one I want to focus on, and by far the most important one, is the one that he addressed as fiscal discipline. I definitely applaud any fiscal discipline that can be exercised by the governor and the General Assembly. Unfortunately, there's a disconnect between the governor's rhetoric and the reality of what we're confronting right now. As the governor was speaking, the budget itself was unraveling. A deficit is emerging where a budget surplus had been projected. And this deficit is occurring for two reasons. One is we failed to control spending. The budget itself was predicated on spending cuts that were not realistic and on assumptions built into the labor union agreement that the governor signed with the Connecticut state employees this past year. Also, at the same time, the revenue is falling short of what projections were. And ironically, actual revenue collected year to date is almost 18% ahead of last year. We're collecting 18% more from taxpayers than at the same time last year, yet we're falling short of what the budget had projected. It underscores that the problem in Connecticut has been a lack of fiscal discipline, a lack of control over our spending. And that's what concerns me with the governor's rhetoric today, because he talked about increasing spending another $329 million in spite of the fact that we have a budget that is now starting to show red ink. And next year's forecast is no rosier. It's time to put the hold on spending and no more tax increases. There will be no way I can support any tax increases to balance the current budget deficit that's emerging. I will vote strongly to fight any tax increases that are proposed to balance the budget. And in fact, most of you are probably aware that I have proposed a cap on the gasoline tax, or the gross receipts tax in gasoline, which is based on the price of gasoline. It's a percentage of that price. And as a result, when our gas prices go up, like they've been going up, taxes on gasoline in Connecticut are being increased at the same time. So at the worst time, the time when you're choosing to put food on your plate or fuel in the tank, you're faced with the prospect of more taxes on your gasoline purchases as well as a higher price of gasoline. I urge you to contact your local state representatives in Middlefield, Middletown, Meriden, and Cheshire to support the gas cap initiative that I've introduced and put a cap on the gross receipts tax so that you aren't feeling more pain at the pump. In the meantime, I want you to be sure to understand that I will fight any tax increases that are going to be introduced to balance the budget. It's time to honor what the governor says is his commitment, real fiscal discipline, which is hold the line on spending, no more spending increases until we get our budget in balance. Please feel free to contact me anytime at the Capitol. I'm your state senator, Len Suzio, speaking to you from Hartford.